All right, today we're going to talk about crowns. What is a crown? A crown is something that covers the entire tooth. So it covers the outside, the lip side, the cheek side, the tongue side, and in between and the biting surface. So it basically is like a thimble that covers the tooth. Why do we use crowns? A lot of times it's because the tooth is weak. Maybe there's a large cavity in the tooth, or maybe there's a bunch of old fillings in the tooth. And it's kind of like when you have something that's solid but it's been patched up all over, that object becomes weaker. So what we do is a crown, we clean everything up, and it's like putting a thimble over your finger. It covers everything, protects everything, and makes it so that solid object is now more solid, not all patched up like it was before. So that's what we call a crown. Now, there's been different materials used to make crowns. There has been gold, there's been silver metals, there's what we call PFM, porcelain fused to metal. So there was a metal core, and then on the outside we put the tooth coloring, which was porcelain material, so that it looked like a natural tooth. And today we've kind of moved into where we don't use the metal anymore. We can use porcelains or different types of tooth colored materials to make our crowns because the materials today are strong enough to do that. Well, a lot of you have seen people when they smile and right at the gum line, there's either a dark line or maybe the gums look kind of dark, almost like purple. And that's because these teeth have what we call porcelain fused to metal crowns on them. So there's a metal core, and over that metal core is aesthetic porcelain placed over the top. What happened though was because there's a metal core up here, a lot of times part of that darkness up there could be decay, but it's also that metal edge. The other thing that this metal does is the way the natural tooth works is that when you open your mouth, the light hits the tooth and it is able to penetrate into the tooth. And then the root of the tooth takes this light and it goes up into the gum. And so the gum up here, instead of being purple, is the natural pink color. Well, when we have this metal core, well, the metal doesn't allow that light to penetrate. So the light hits the porcelain on the outside, but it hits that metal and it cannot go up into the roots. We have a disconnect here. And because of that, that's why the gums up above a tooth that has one of these PFM crowns, a crown with a metal core, the gums always look a little dark or purple. What we're able to do today is we can take these old crowns off and use our new materials where we don't have that metal core. So now the light can penetrate through the crown into the root, and the root can then illuminate the gums so that they don't look dark, but they look healthy and pink. So that's what we've done here is we've taken those crowns and we've removed them, and we've used an aesthetic non-metal material to make the crown. And you can see how the gum up here above the crowns looks so much healthier, so much pinker. It doesn't have that purple gray look anymore. And the crowns themselves look so natural. And I want you to look at this up here at the gum line. There's a little bit of yellow up there. It's a little bit whiter in the middle. And then at the very edge, you can see that there's a little bit of gray. Again, we've talked about this in other programs. Not everybody wants that effect. Some people just want one color from the top to the bottom. But a natural tooth will have the color where it's a little bit more yellow, almost orange up here. It'll be brighter in the middle. And then because it's thinner on the biting edge, you'll see that what we call translucency. So it's like you're able to see through that thin part of the tooth there and see the darkness behind that crown, which is coming from the mouth. So I just want you to look at the improvement. On the left side, same patient, those old crowns that had the metal core, and it made the gums look so much darker. On the right-hand side, same teeth, these modern crowns, and look at how the gums just look so pink and healthy. So if you've got those dark lines at your gum line, or your gums look kind of purplish, talk to your dental care provider about what options might be right for you. At Miyazaki Dental, it's simple. We provide caring dental care, where advanced science meets compassionate care, and we want to treat you like one of our family. So I hope you enjoyed this content, and thank you very much.